When I first entered the NFT space, I only bought NFTs that I really liked. I wanted the comfort and assurance of knowing that if the project ever went to zero or if the artist just disappeared from the space altogether, at least I had something that I enjoyed viewing. However, today I often buy NFTs that I don't even like how they look. Today I'm going to share 5 reasons why I would do that. Hello, I'm Taj, digitally known as Tropic Vibes, the host of Nifty Business, where we highlight NFTs and explore Web 3.0 as we move from pure speculation to creating real-world value. So there are many reasons as to why I would purchase an NFT. And before I begin, I want to give a little caveat. It's not like I'm just purchasing random NFTs that I have no interest in whatsoever. There's always something about that particular project, collection, or artist that I enjoy. However, the 5 reasons why I would purchase an NFT that I do not like how it looks is number 1, for resale purposes. Now, these days, trying to flip NFTs and resell them is not the easiest thing ever. And when it comes to actually flipping NFTs, I am not the right person to talk to because generally speaking, I am a collector, not a flipper. Or in the case of some projects, I hold them long term because I enjoyed what they're building and I think it is more of a business opportunity than a quick flip. However, with projects that have a lot of volume or traction, sometimes I realize that there is a great deal out there and I purchase it whether or not I like the art for one simple reason. I think the purchase price that I'm getting it at today is way below the value of what it is worth. And in that case, I don't have to particularly like the artwork. But as I said, I'm not one who's just walking around flipping NFTs. I'm not the next Franklin or anything. However, there are some NFTs that I purchase with the sole intention of flipping it. And it's usually within a project that I like, and I already have the piece that I enjoy holding, looking at, and so forth. And I see one that is such a discount that I feel like, well, it doesn't hurt to pick this up and a later date, I'll sell it. Number 2 is to give it as a gift. Now, this might sound horrible on the surface saying, wow, you're buying NFTs that you don't like to give out as gifts. But the reason why I'm purchasing it anyways is to give as a gift. Therefore, I'm purchasing something that I believe the person that I'm going to give it to will appreciate. So whether or not I like it really doesn't matter. It's because I think that other person is going to like it. And that's pretty straightforward. Doesn't really need much more explanation than that. You buy gifts for other people. So buying what they like is the smarter move. Number 3 is to just get my foot in the door in a particular project. So going back to number 1, how I said sometimes it's such a great deal for today's price that I have to buy it. Well, as far as trying to get my foot in the door for a particular project, they might offer something, whether it is their Discord, their community, technology, some sort of content that I want to be a part of or view. And I know just holding one of these NFTs, whether or not I like it, is going to give me access to that, is why I might purchase one of those things that I don't really care how it looks. Now, there might be other ones within the collection that I absolutely love and I want, but it might be out of my price range. So at that point, I just look on the floor or see what I can get sending out an offer at the very least to get my foot into the door. And maybe at a later date, I can upgrade, I can swap, maybe a piece that I actually like ends up on the floor. And then at that point, I could purchase that one and then sell the one I have or gift that one to someone who could really appreciate it. Number 4 is because of the utility. And I just mentioned that because I might be trying to get an event or access to something. Well, if it's a utility play, honestly, I don't care what it looks like for the most part. I just want to have access to that software, that platform, community, whatever it might be. And for example, no one's going to skip a concert because they don't like how the ticket necessarily looks. If it is their favorite band, they're playing the music they want at the venue in their neighborhood, ugly tickets is not a deal breaker. And that is how I look at the NFT itself. Some of the projects that offer the most utility is not even an art play anyways. It's basically a pass, a one static image that's on all the NFTs, and it's really not an art play where you're picking and choosing which one you like. And the 5th and final reason why I might purchase an NFT that I just do not like how it looks, it is because I want to support that particular artist or creator or project. And many times this happens, it's usually something related to a Twitter space. I might be in a space speaking to someone, I get a good vibe from them, I hear their backstory, what they're trying to build, why they're doing what they're doing, and I really buy into that individual. That artwork itself that might be on the NFT, maybe it's not something that I really truly care for. However, I care for the individual, the person, the creator, the artist, the founder, whatever that person might be. And because we had that general conversation, had a connection, I was emotionally attached to that person and not necessarily the art. And that is the reason why I'll make a purchase. And usually I'm just going to pick something off the floor or the cheapest one the person has available within their primary sales. And again, that's just the goal of supporting the mission or whatever that person is working on. So as I mentioned, everything within these 5 things is a lot of the times it is getting emotionally attached to NFTs. And whether that is, it comes time to gift that away or it comes time to sell that, if you're emotionally attached to an NFT, it is so much harder to part ways with it. Because of this, I see a lot of people that are asking way too much for a particular NFT than is reasonable on the market value. And if you speak to that person 9 out of 10 times, it's because they are emotionally attached to that particular NFT. Maybe like that artwork, they like the circumstances in which they purchased it, whatever it might be. But it is something emotional and not necessarily the facts or the market conditions, the prices that they're going for at that moment. And because of this, they want some astronomical price for it. And this is something that I used to see all the time when I used to be a real estate agent. Some people would want double the price of their house than the market dictates because they're emotionally attached to it. They have raised kids in it. They have all these stories and memories. And despite the fact that the most expensive house in that neighborhood sold for half the price, they still think that they could set some sort of record. And in reality, it might be the least valuable one on the entire street. But generally speaking, those are the top 5 reasons why I do it. I'm sure there are others, but I have not done that yet myself. This one is short, sweet, and to the point. However, if you are yearning for a little bit more stories, a few more stories that I might not cover in episodes, a great way to get those is at niftybusinessweek.com. It's the newsletter that I release. It is absolutely free. Some great things that I stumble across that might not be enough content to create 10, 15-minute episodes. However, I might do a summary, put a paragraph in there, or a link to the original article. And it's just a great way to stay in the loop of things. But as usual, I just want to thank you for taking time to listen to this as we're learning and building Web3 together. So until next time, later. The Nifty Business Arrow is not investment advice. It provides insights and information within the space. As with anything, please do your own research before making a decision whether you're making an investment or a purchase.